Healing is not one day waking up and things no longer bother you ever again. Healing is not going to be, you're not going to reach a point where external things, you don't feel them anymore. This would be numbing. This is not healing. This is not strengthening your nervous system. And all we actually have to do is heal the nervous system. So life is not gonna stop pushing on your tissues, pushing on your issues, pressing your buttons. It's never gonna stop. Because life is forever changing, forever flowing, forever growing, forever moving, evolving. And you know the saying, don't pray for an easy life, pray for a challenging life and the strength for every challenge. This is the truth. Do not expect or put in effort or heal and reveal, because revealing is healing, parts of yourself to the point of hoping that you become numb to life, that you become so stable, quote unquote stable, that nothing gets to your inner landscape, that nothing ripples your balance. True healing is not going to make you affect the world or treat the world in a way where you are immune. True healing is whatever comes, and it will come, it will forever be coming, because you are forever becoming. And things are forever unfolding. And it's not one mold. True healing is going to be your response to stress. So true healing is like, don't believe social media, don't believe any spiritual gurus, don't believe anyone telling you that once you heal you become this floating etheric light sphere that just goes through walls and goes through issues without getting phased. As long as you're in this body, you're gonna feel things. Why? Because you're here to feel things. You got these senses, you got the skin, you got these bones and muscles in order to feel through them. You got these nerves. You got this nose and eyes and ears and mouth. And your entire, all of your sensory organs that we don't even know how to name yet. You are here to sense through them. And life is 50-50, you know. Life is ups and downs. Life is pleasant and unpleasant things. So true healing is not going to be you forever. Now I've reached it, you know, people trying to reach spiritual enlightenment. And once they reach it, you're there. Nah, it's never ending, never ever ending. It's forever going to be ongoing. Even when you reach a certain stage where you become resilient to past things that usually bothered you, this is what the more and more let's say I'm working now a lot on my CO2 tolerance, so carbon dioxide tolerance, meaning how much space do I have between two breaths? And the more space I have between two breaths, the clarity that comes, the peace that comes. It's when you can just sit there and you don't have to breathe, you don't have to take an inhale, you don't have to eat, you don't have to move. This here, this part here, the diaphragm, the heart, the fascia and the nerves around the solar plexus, when you are able to soothe that so it doesn't twitch anymore, looking for things, then the amount of space that you get between something stimulating, or like I said, pushing on you, when life pushes on you, the more internal piece of nervous system you have, the bigger the gap between the push and what you're going to do about the push. If you have no gap between the push of life and what you do about the push of life, then you are reactive, then you are an exposed nerve in a storm of life that just pings you and throws you around everywhere. And this is the majority of the people on the planet right now, and worse and worse. Because we live in cities, we live surrounded by all these unnatural frequencies, no connection to earth, no connection to our insides. You know, we all have the capacity to be this resilient, but the things we have to pursue are not outside of us. They're not spiritual healing you need to attain from someone else. They're not teachings, philosophical teachings. It's basic. It's not basic. I mean, it's basic, but it's not easy. This is what I want to say, right? All these things that I work on and I work with people on, that I teach, these things are not easy, but they are very basic. They're not spiritual woo-woo. They're not unattainable. We just got to first and foremost realize that true healing, we should not even look at it as healing, because healing sort of has an end point. You know, you have a cut, like, I don't know, on my finger I have a cut, and when it is healed, the cut is going to seal, and I'm not going to be in pain anymore when I do this, and I'm in pain now when I do this. Or when I touch lemons, it hurts like hell, because the lemon acid gets into the and when it's healed, it's gonna be like this finger, so no cuts. But like the notion that you come to this life and you need to heal something, and then once you are done, it doesn't work that way. Because if you're done, you're gone. No, you're gone. It's not like you are here to you're never going to be fully resilient to everything. Not in a point of the idea that people present in spiritual communities, in any, like in social media in the world, where like a stable, strong man is unaffected by anything, or a stable, strong woman can get it's always the step two. Step one is the life pushing on you, and you feel fear, you feel recoil, you feel your cringe, your body tenses up, your breathing is restricted, you feel an emotion, you get a thought, you get nervous, you get anxious, you get sad, everything. And then step two is, what do you do about it? How do you respond to step one? But do not think that step one will ever be gone from your life. The only thing you have is step two, and step two is, how do you respond to step one? And this is the healing. Don't expect any time in life, ever, as long as you're here, that step one is something that you can avoid. That step one is something that does not faze you, because life throws surprises. Life is unexpected. That's why it's beautiful. You can walk around in your life being like, what is going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow? Or you can be like, I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. So for example, if I consider myself a healed person, a car just went by while I was doing the talk. And if I'm a healed person, I would be able to continue speaking and not look at the car, not hear the car, not be a little bit distracted with what's going on. And like a second, I was, a little bit startled, maybe a fraction of a second, because I was focused on the video, and then suddenly a loud car passes by. This is something you cannot avoid. There's no, I don't know how much, you would have to be a rock. You would have to be a rock. Do you want to be a rock? Do you want to be a wall? No, you want to sense things. And you sensing things, you being a sensitive being. This is where a lot of us got caught up in our childhoods, in our upbringing, is being sensitive. If you're not sensitive, why are you here? The word sensitive has such an ugly connotation because we've been fed, oh, you are so sensitive. Yes. It means if I'm more sensitive than someone else, I have a greater capacity to enjoy life and to feel life. Yes, I have a greater capacity for pain. I have a greater capacity to feeling sadness. Sounds are louder for me, since any sensation is more intense, which is a blessing and a curse. Everything is a blessing and a curse, however you view it. But ultimately, being more sensitive, I can get fed on sunshine. I can walk and feel the ocean. I can feel other people's emotion. I can sense and know things 90%, 95, 99% of humanity will never even know that it exists in this life. And yes, there's an exchange. Ignorance is bliss, If you don't feel things, you don't have to. You can just say, I didn't feel it, I didn't know about it, and you're done with it. You're just like, But you want to feel things. You want to feel that first impulse. And the second impulse is the healing. It's the second impulse that you have any control over. A lot of people, including myself, I would get angry at myself that I'm surprised by the car, that the noise affects me, that things distract me, that I get afraid. But you cannot become brave if you are not afraid. You cannot become the courage and fear have to exist in the same space, because fear is the prerequisite of courage. If there's nothing to be afraid of, there's nothing to be brave of, or brave for, or I don't know what the real words are there. So the first thing is the life giving you a backhand, and then you do a forehand back to life. And your forehand back to life is the only thing you can control. And this can be a relinquishment of control as well, as life is always a 50-50. It's always your move and then the universe, or your move and then your partner, or your move and then, the algorithm of the internet, or whatever you want to call it. Ideally, it's you and the algorithm of Ethernet, ether element, the grid of life, mycelium, akasha, life, love, matrix, the natural grid, not the artificial grid that you're watching me on. So don't expect and don't chase the notion that one day you're going to become this unperturbed, ultimate, nothing gets to me ever. This is a pipe dream sold to you by social media, by people who only present themselves in the best ways possible, one reel every week. But they also go to the bathroom, they have periods, they burp, they fart, they cry, they break down, they have bad days. Even most of the days are bad, quote unquote bad, until the real. I try to be as real as possible on these videos, but I also cry, break down, fart, cough, wipe my butt, wake up with boogers in my eyes, trip and fall, And you cannot, get startled by loud noise, somebody yelling at me. These are all things. You get to see me 20 minutes a day on a video. And these videos are like the gems that are what I get when I go deep into the dungeons. And the dungeons are never ending. The dungeons are never ending. We are forever bending ourselves and ourselves to perfect. You're not trying to become a perfect being. You're not trying to become a perfect form and then you're gone. And then you're done. You've become the adult. You've become the mature person. The point of being an adult does not exist. The point of being fully mature does not exist. The point of being perfect does not exist, because tomorrow you're a new one. Tomorrow something new happens, you have new things to shift around. You're not trying to become a perfected form. You are trying to master the art of transforming. You are trying to seek mastering bending. Seek to master your response to the smack that life gives you, to the push on your tissue, to the push on your issue, to pushing your buttons. And you are here to master your way of not pushing back, allowing, accepting the input of the universe, accepting the transformation that the universe is trying to push on you. And it's a subtle push. If you accept it, it's good. And it's a subtle push. If you resist it, it's a stronger push. If you resist it, it's emotional tension. If you resist it, it's physical tension. If you resist it, it's tumors and autoimmune and sickness and breakdown. And if you resist it, you get more and more sick, more and more condensed, more and more unhappy and miserable. So go to the root. And the root is, it is okay for me to feel when universe pushes on me. And then after the universe pushes on me, it's my turn. And here is where my healing comes into play. Here is where all my mastery is revealed. Here is where all my training is revealed to show how much I've healed. And you're not showing anyone but yourself. And that can also show you that you actually want to go into unknown territory to get new pushes, to put you in new situations so you can train different bending skills that you did not have just sitting in your house for years. And that's a metaphor for life, for stagnation and comfort zone. So, human design, nervous system healing, elemental balancing, archetypal psychology, Jungian psychology, gene keys, relationship guidance, family guidance, individuals, entrepreneurs, ADHD, bipolar, neurodivergent, autistic spectrum, deep feelers, superheroes. You've never been able to explain yourself. The medical system wasn't able to explain you. You are misunderstood by a lot of people in your life, and you want to heal. You want me to help you with all these things. I can help you. I work with people one-on-one and with relationships and families. You can send me a message through my website, icreatelines.com, and we can set up coaching and mentoring for you and therapy. If that doesn't work, send a pigeon. Make sure the pigeon is nice and buff, or he's able to glide and catch the tide to get to me across the ocean. Let's hear and heal your emotions. Let's get things in motion in your life. If you've been stuck in any area, need some clarity, need some courage, empowerment, how to be authentic, and all these good things. There's also, you can send a WhatsApp, you can go join my free Telegram group and send messages through there. You can DM me through Instagram. You can donate through my PayPal in the description. Everything is in the description of the video. There's always my audio courses if you want to learn about human design on your own time, and all the other amazing courses that I made. It's all in the description. And subscribe, like, leave a comment below. How does this resonate with you? Any life stories from you? And you can feel free to ask questions in the comments. That would be that for this video. Peace, health, abundance, wholeness, prosperity, and I hope your pigeons know what they're doing.